title achieved on their third match point. And the world champions, Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang, lift the coveted trophy once again. A standing ovation from some of the fans, and rightly so. That was absolutely magnificent. 3 games, very nearly an hour and 20 minutes, just shy of that. And Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang win the match 21-17, 18-21, 23-21 in the deciding game. This, the final rally. Great skill from the front of the court from Wang Xiaoli, and look at the delight. What a terrific match for Yu Yang. 7 finals in 7 years, and her list of titles grows once again. Fantastic first match on finals day at the All England Championships.
A chance to get a word then with our champions, Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang. Angela is going to translate for us. Ladies, what a fantastic final. Congratulations. How does it feel to be champions again at the All England?
首先恭喜你们取得一场非常精彩的胜利。可以跟我们分享一下你们夺得桂冠的喜悦吗？
首先非常感谢英国的球迷，然后一直给我们中国的运动员加油，然后感觉很享受在全英打比赛的气氛。对，因为我感觉他们双方都很会看比赛，然后我感觉这比赛赢得也比较不容易吧。然后是今年开年的第1个冠军，我希望以后再接再厉。谢谢。
First of all, I want to thank all the British fans here to give us all the support. You guys are amazing. I think playing at the All England here, there's this amazing atmosphere. And today, this is the first title this year for us. So thank you all for your support.
Fabulous. And just briefly, a word about your opponents, because that was a fantastic final.
可不可以跟我们讲讲你们对今天对手的表现的感觉？因为今天打得真的非常精彩。
首先恭喜我马竞和唐渊婷，特别是小队员唐渊婷第1次参加全英比赛就获得这么好的成绩，首先恭喜她。然后，今天因为我们是内战队内比赛，所以呢，今天我们就心态非常的放松，希望能给英国的观众和球迷一场精彩的比赛。他们今天也打得非常出色，我们今天也发挥了自己正常的水平。
First of all, we want to congratulate Ma Jing and Tang Yuanting, especially Tang Yuanting. As a young player, this is her first performance at the All England, and she got an amazing result. Second of all, we want to, because today the match is between the Chinese players, we are relatively relaxed coming into this match. We just perform really well and bring an amazing match to all the spectators here.
Thank you very much. Wang Xiaoli, Yu Yang, our women's doubles champions.
Well, how very nicely said by the champions, Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang. I'm absolutely delighted to say that I've been joined by the presidents of the BWF, the Badminton World Federation, a newly elected IOC member, Paul-Erik Hoyer Larsen. First of all, many congratulations on your election to the IOC.
Thank you very much.
And Paul-Erik, of course, we've just witnessed one of the most magnificent women's doubles, but lots of people will be talking about the fact that for a 14th time in 15 years, it's a Chinese pair that have taken the women's doubles. I know with your IOC hat on that there has been talk at Olympic level about one nation dominating in our sport, and whilst, of course, that, you know, there are a lot of youngsters coming up, is there something that you can see from your IOC level to help encourage and develop badminton globally?
Of course, there is a concern from the IOC that there should be a spread of medals, and also looking at the sports to be worldwide sports. There is not really a program on the highest level, but we have an Olympic social program where there is a possibility for young people actually to tap in and to get Olympic grants. But I think it's up to badminton to actually the countries by themselves to develop. China is doing really well. We cannot avoid that they do have a lot of very good badminton players. So it is a bit of a concern as well in lady singles. And I mean, in total, I think China is really dominating right now.
Yeah, well, of course, we've got an all-China women's singles final, our third final of the day. There's a lot of very positive things, though, that we'll discuss in a moment about other nations coming through. But let's take our hats off, first of all, to Ma Jin and Tang Xuanting. Their 7th match this week in the women's doubles, because they had to come through the qualifying event. And especially to the youngster Tang Xuanting, what a performance she gave today. I know she's having to settle for second best, but in my opinion, she is a champion in the making. Of course, for Ma Jin, well, she's been an All-England champion in the mixed doubles 3 years ago. First final at women's doubles. But what a performance they gave today, and indeed all week. Champions for a third time of the All England Championships, Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang in their 4th consecutive final, to add to the titles won in 2011 and last year. They are the champions of the Yonex All England 2014.
And the Lord Mayor of Birmingham will also present the MetLife Snoopy mascots.
Councillor Mike Leddy, Lord Mayor of Birmingham, presenting the gold medals.
The trophy from Paul Jepson from Yonex UK.
Mr. Paul Jepson, Managing Director of Yonex UK, will present the trophies.
From China, Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang!
Worthy champions once again, Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang. Well, Paul, Eric, while they pose for the photographers, just going back to what we were discussing with China being so dominant, especially in the women's events, I'd really like to point out that at the World Championships last year we had 4 players on the podium from 4 different nations. So already there are very positive signs that other countries are doing exactly as you suggested. They are developing their own players and they are coming through.
Yes, they certainly are, and I'm very happy to see Thailand, Japan and Korea as well. They're tapping in now, and actually they're delivering almost on the same level, or at the same level as China is. So there will be a spread. Right now it's in Asia, but I mean, we should learn from that and say, well, it can be done, it is possible. So I do believe within a good kind of workload, it is possible for Europe also to be represented in the ladies' categories.
Well, here at the All England, we've actually had a Canadian for the first time in 35 years at quarter-final stage. So not only Europe, there is also development in the rest of the world as well.
Yeah, I think it really looks positive. We see that overall picture. There is definitely a good sign, positive sign for us to really represent worldwide the sport, and Canada all of a sudden coming in. I think it's very, very important for us.
Absolutely, and of course our next final on court as the women's doubles winners take their lap of honour. The next final on court features the number 1 and 2 seeds, the Indonesians Muhammad Asan and Asan-塞蒂亚Wan, up against the number 2 seeds, Hiroyuki Endo and Kenichi Hawakawa. Japan have a chance to win their first All England title of any man in any category at the All England. So again, there's another nation coming in fighting for the top prize.
Yes, definitely. And if you look at the junior level, you can actually see Japan winning the men's singles World Junior Championships. And recently, just half a year back, it was the 16-year-old Yamaguchi from Japan winning the ladies singles. So actually, they are really producing some good players, and they're promising for the future.
Absolutely. So, badminton, whilst your colleagues in the IOC may have concerns when they watch our showcase event, of course every badminton player's dream is winning the Olympic Games, and of course you remain the only European ever to win an Olympic gold medal. But please go back to the IOC and please tell them that we're in the development stage, things are changing, and there are many, many more nations coming up to challenge the dominance of Asia.
Well, certainly, this underlines that there is definitely an interest of developing the sport, developing good players from other countries. And I also do believe that we are an Olympic sport, and there will be other nations all of a sudden investing programs, putting programs for the players in place, and then we will see a development not only in the Asian countries, but I do believe, and I'm positive, that it will happen in other areas as well.
Yes, and of course there's been talk in many sports when players and pairs play each other from the same nation, as we've just seen in the women's doubles, that matches can be a little flat. Again, we've just seen the most magnificent badminton, terrific fighting spirit. Again, that's a very positive sign for our sport.
It certainly is, and I must be totally honest, I think actually a lot of times ladies doubles is more entertaining than men's doubles, because they actually are producing a high level and continuously rally point, the rallies is longer, so I think it's perfect.
Well, what a wonderful way to get us off on finals day at the Yonex All England Championships. Next up is men's doubles, Mohamed Hassan and Asan-se Wan against Kenichi Hayakawa and Hiroyuki Endo.
It's the men's doubles final. Let's hear it for the number 1 seeds from Indonesia, Mohamed Hassan and Asan-se Wan.
The world champions, the world number ones, the number 1 seeds at the All England Championships, Mohamed Hassan and Asan-se Wan. Setia Wan, so many titles to his name, world and Olympic champion, but never an All England title.
And let's hear it for their opponents from Japan, the number 2 seeds, Hiroyuki Endo and Kenichi Hayakawa.
Kenichi Hayakawa and Hiroyuki Endo, a second consecutive year that they take centre stage on finals day. Last year, they were desperately nervous. That's understandable. They lost out to Liu Xiaolong and Chu Sihan. Sinberg of Denmark conducts the toss of the coin. Looks like the Japanese pair have won the toss, and looks like they wish to start the far end, or maybe he was pointing towards his partner saying Hayakawa will serve.
So it's the men's doubles final then, Mohamed Hassan.
So the number 1 and 2 seeds. The only other
Mohamed Hassan and Asan-se Wan are the world champions.
Finals, men's singles and mixed doubles to feature the number 1 and 2. Asan-se Wan on the left as we look at them, the 29-year-old from the ancient city of Malang in East Java. His partner, 26, from Palembang in South Sumatra. Last year, they were beaten semi-finalists here at the All England, but they went on to take the World Championship gold medal, beating Boa Mogensen from Denmark at the World Championships last year in Guangzhou. At this year's All England, well, they had a battle in the second round against England's Crystal Langridge, and Peter Mills went the full distance there. But their semi-final yesterday against teammates Gideon Marcus Finaldi and Setia Wan's former partner Marcus Kido was astonishing. It was 21 minutes only for 21-7, 21-12. The world champions, quite simply, were on fire. So to their opponents and the number 2 seeds, up 1 place in the world ranking this week to number 2, a career high number 2, Kenichi Hayakawa on the left as we look at them. 27 years of age, although he'll turn 28 next month. Hiroyuki Endo, 27, and as I say, they were beaten finalists from last year. This year's All England, well, they had their problems. A couple of times went the full distance, including the semi-final, the last match on yesterday against Go Sung-hyun, and Shin Baek-chol lost the opening game but came back strongly in the decider. Well, it's the second final in 2 weeks for the Japanese pair. They were beaten finalists at the German Grand Prix Gold a week ago. So a good start to the year. Their first 2 Super Series events of 2014, 2 semi-finals. There is our umpire,
Ready to play.
Jakob Simberg. Paraka Andersson of Sweden will be our service judge. So the number 2 seeds there, the Japanese pair, second consecutive All-England final. A second final in 2 weeks, having been beaten in the final of the German Open. They are on a winning streak. They're playing very well, but so too is this pair, the world champions. Indra-Seti Awan and Mohamed Hassan. There's Mohamed Hassan, the 26-year-old, his partner, 3 years older. And for Indra-Seti Awan, Olympic champion in Beijing, world champion in 2007.
Championship men's doubles final between, on my right, Kenichi Hayakawa, Hiroyuki Endo, Japan. And on my left, Indra-Seti Awan, Mohamed Hassan, Indonesia.
The world champions nearest to us.
Hayakawa to serve to Mohamed Hassan. Love all. Play.
The Indonesians, Hassan and Setiawan. They've been so good since they formed their partnership. But the one title missing for Indra-Seti Awan is an All-England title. Now, I'm absolutely delighted to say that joining me is President of the BWF, the Badminton World Federation, and newly elected IOC member, Paul Erik Hoyer Larsen. Oh my goodness. Well, Paul Erik, we were discussing just a moment ago the quality of the women's doubles, and already this men's doubles of the very, very highest quality.
Indeed, the speed in this game, we will see some tremendous drives over the net, speed towards the net, and it will be very interesting to see who will get the best control of this game. And I think Indonesia right now has the upper hand, but it's the best in the world we are seeing on the court right now.
Yeah. Well, you talk about getting an upper hand when you look at the 5 previous matches that these two pairs have played against each other. The Indonesians have won on all 5 occasions. So it's a tall order for the Japanese pair, but I suppose having learnt from last year's experience being in the final, that could help them today. Nothing to lose.
Well, they feel they have nothing to lose, everything to win. Still, they are facing the number 1 in the world, and they have gained confidence over the last year, being in many semi-finals and finals. So I'm sure that they will definitely come up with something against the Indonesian pair.
Yeah. And of course, no Japanese man has ever won a title here at the All-England Championships. In fact, the last Japanese winners were women's doubles, Takuda and Takada, 36 years ago. So history could be made today. And that's another issue, because as you and I were chatting a little bit earlier about the dominance in women's doubles, women's singles later on, the Chinese dominance in the women's disciplines, here we have an opportunity for another nation to come in this discipline of men's doubles and showcase to the world that it's not just one nation dominating badminton.
Absolutely not, and we can see Indonesia is really holding on not only to the men's doubles. They actually have been having some fantastic men's doubles over many years.
Yeah.
But also the mixed doubles, it's really open, and right now Indonesia also producing really well. So I do think that we have other nations that are able to tap in now and show the very best of badminton, not only from China, but actually it's coming from other nations as well.
Yeah, well, I think the All-England draw here in the men's doubles, emphasising that at quarter-final stage, 6 different nations involved. Semi-final stage, there were no Chinese pairs left in. And these 2 pairs are the number 1 and 2 pairs in the world at the moment. So this is the best of the best. Well, the Indonesians very definitely have their favoured formation. Hendra Setiawan, so effective at the front of the court. He intercepts so well, reads the game so well. His partner, Mohamed Hassan, is so quick at the back of the court. No, he's not really too slow at the front there either.
Definitely not. I mean, this is definitely right now a game on who is getting the control at the net, and they are forcing themselves, pushing them towards the net all the time, not want to give away the offensive position.
Well, there is a prime example of the capabilities of Hendra Setiawan at the front of the court. How on earth did he find that angle? Just look at this. Looks as if he's going to play a hard, fast shot and then just guides the shuttle across court. Absolutely delightful. Well, I think back 12 months and
7-6.
I really felt so sorry for Hayakawa and Endo. They looked absolutely crippled by nerves. They look far more aggressive and far more confident already this year.
Service over.
Now,
7.
how much do you think the fact that Setiawan has achieved virtually everything there is to achieve in the game, world and Olympic titles, and yet this All England, which has been the oldest and most traditional event, very, very prestigious event, the All England Championships, and it's sort of been the one tournament that's missing from his CV. Does that add pressure?
Definitely, I do believe that he really wants to have this title, and that can create some eagerness, and when you're too eager sometimes you fail, and even though I would say he's clever, he maybe is at the stage of his career that he can control it.
Yeah.
But you never know when it's really getting close what will happen, and that could be the mental side of it, really wanting and then all of a sudden lose it.
Yeah. Yeah, good aggression from the Japanese pair. Hiroyuki Endo at the front of the court. Very athletic.
10-8.
Having to arch his back to play that shot with the round-the-head action. Well taken. He's so fast as this man, Mohamed Hassan.
10.
Good rally. Goodness me. And it is the Japanese pair, the number 2 seeds, who have a 2-point advantage at the mid-game interval of the opening game. Coach Park Jubong. Well, surely he's pretty happy with his men at the moment. And Paul Eric, just tell us with your IOC hat on the importance of the Olympic status for us as a pair. I'm just thinking back to the first Olympic Games in Barcelona in 1992 when badminton became a full Olympic sport. It doesn't just create history in sporting terms, it's bigger than that, because I remember the Indonesians winning gold medals. It was their first ever gold medals in any sport, and therefore through badminton the Olympic movement and the IOC was spreading its wings through our sport, which again is a very good thing for us as a sport of badminton.
It certainly is, and not only the interest from each country, it's also money-wise. I mean, you want to invest as a nation to have this chance to experience such joy, such happiness, unites the nation. That is actually what is happening when you have the Olympics, and that was exactly what happened in Indonesia when Susi Susanti came back home with Alan Kusuma, having such a success at the '92 Olympics in Barcelona. That united the nation. So these moments is for us a possibility now because we are in the Olympics.
Yeah, yeah. So important. Well, the shuttle actually getting stuck in the strings there. Yeah, you can see why the strings broke, where it was hitting the shuttle at the edge of the racket head there. You need to be hitting it on the sweet spot in the centre of the racket. Well, it was very evident 2 years ago how the Olympics can bring a nation together here with the London Olympics. It was one of the, I know I'm biased being British, but you know, I've been working or competing at Olympics since badminton's first involvement, and I have to say it was very, very special Olympic Games. And I know the players on courts, this is what they all build towards, and it is that coming together of the whole nation. We see it in football when there's high drama at World Cups and so on, and despair if a team loses, but there'll be badminton fans all over the world right now watching this match, and nations coming together, and that's the beauty of sport, isn't it?
It certainly is, and that's definitely the key thing for sports. This environment is so unique in that aspect, so therefore Olympics is definitely an area where, I mean, everybody is allowed to be part of the Olympics. And also I experienced in London 12 how well received this Olympics were taken from the citizens of London, but also the whole United Kingdom. Actually, I felt they were joining in, and they experienced some wonderful days with the Olympics in London.
Yeah. Well, this match, quite frankly, is getting better and better. It started well. More rackets broken.
To me, it seems a bit like the Japanese is forcing themselves to have one person in front of the net and then the other one right behind him, waiting for the opportunity, but the front person really chasing each and every shuttle coming towards him.
Yeah. Oh, service fault called. Struck above the waist, says the service judge. Parika Andersson from Sweden. Well, a little quizzical look from Hawakawa. Oh, good spot. Yeah, above the waist. Now, just to explain, now, just watch his left arm, how he raises that left arm to play the flick serve, and that's why it's called a fault. Shuttle must be struck below the waist, and the waist defined as below the lowest rib.
15-13.
Oh, that's nice.
Service over.
All-out attack by the Indonesians. Yeah, this opening game obviously very, very important. Oh, well taken. Yeah, it's a good rally. Kawa in the right place at the right time.
16-14.
And it certainly was a magnificent shot, this cross backhand lift, so to speak, and then follow through into the position at the net and killing it. You've seen these kind of opening the court by the cross shot, and it has been a success both for the Japanese but also for the Indonesians right now.
Four players acutely aware of how important every single point is. Oh, it's a good rally again. And it's all level.
16 all.
Oh my goodness, he slipped Mohamed Hassan as he landed on the carpets around the court. What appears to be okay. My goodness me, my heart missed a beat there. Has gone long.
17-16.
3 straight points for the Indonesians. Oh, brilliant. Oh, no! That is sensational. The dive, first of all, from Endo. How on earth did he get that back? Well, you certainly can't accuse them of lack of effort.
Oh, that was really incredible, agile, and the way he was able to act with his racket, controlling the shot.
Diving away from the court, and it still had the racket head control to hit the shuttle in the opposite direction. Four straight points now for the Indonesians. just landed well in. Well, we've been talking about the drift. There is a slight sideways drift from right to left as we look down on the court, and that drift brought this shot back in. And it was well in. 5 straight points. And the run continues, and now it's game point opportunities. 4 of them, to be precise. Well, that's probably about as angry as you'll ever see Asan-se Wan get.
Like.
Yeah, well taken, well worked.
18-20.
Bounced off the top of the tape and went wide. And 3 game points have come and gone. Just 1 more remains for the Indonesians.
19-20.
Yeah, fight, 1.
Oh, good return. On their 4th opportunity, the world champions take the opening game 21-19. 21 minutes.
19.
Well, what a good opening game. 21-19. And the world champions are 1 game away from the All England title.
Kalian sampai 11 poin, kalian masih terlalu hati-hati. Iya. Udah enak ya, udah enakin aja. Pola mainnya kayak tadi yang tim otak-matik 2 lawan 2, saya 2 lawan 3. Panjangin aja.
Well, Paul-Erik Larsen sadly had to leave us and go and do his other duties as president of the BWF. Delighted to say that Morten Frost is back with us. What a good opening game, Morten.
It was. I was sitting down there by the players watching it because there's not much room up here. So I was sitting down there and it was wonderful to watch. Great match. And I can tell you even their compatriots sitting down there, they enjoy the badminton as well. So it's good.
Fantastic.
Siapapun di depan, jangan terlalu depan. Bolanya kayak tadi dari 11 sampai 20 kan itu terlalu naik atau belakang kita enak. Bola nanggung. Jangan terlalu oke. Ayo, set kedua pegang lagi ke bawah.
20 seconds.
Yang penting ini
20 seconds.
Well, from some of their gestures, the Indonesian coaches, you wouldn't believe that their men have just won the opening game, seem to be very intense, trying to encourage them and urge them on. Well, with Paul-Erik Larsen, the president of the BWF and IOC member, he's had to go and deal with other duties, so Morten Frost is back with me. Morten, you were just...
I do apologise.
just telling me that you've been sitting courtside watching that opening game.
I have. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Great intensity, really, really quick badminton.
Some terrific rallies. You and I have been talking at times, and in fact, Paul Eric was mentioning to me that he thought sometimes women's doubles was more entertaining nowadays than men's doubles, but my goodness, the opening game had just about everything, didn't it?
They do, very much. I agree that we talked about it on numerous occasions earlier this week about the men's doubles and how quick it is and short rallies and all that, but this one here is excellent.
Yeah. And what a contrast to last year with Hayakawa and Endo. Last year absolutely crippled with nerves. This year, my goodness, I think they're playing about just as well as I've ever seen them.
Yeah, it's excellent, really good.
Nice idea.
3-2.
Goodness me. Take that.
Yeah, obviously not knowing what has been said in the first game here, but I can't recall I've seen anyone as quick as Endo in that men's doubles. His legs, they're so quick. We've seen occasions where he's jumping and almost landing out on the carpet on the blue, and the next split second he's opposite, smashing again.
Well, I was remarking earlier on, Morten, about the speed of Mohammed Hassan, but I bow to you because you're absolutely right. I mean, there was a couple of occasions, and also a couple of dives from him that were just extraordinary.
Yeah, but they're very similar style. I agree with you on that.
Yeah. Great disguise.
The Japanese player is asking for it in my book. The defensive stand is really quite far back, and obviously it's opening up for these opportunities of drop shots, blocks and so on. So they were really asking for it here.
I was looking back at the record books, Morten, I was really quite surprised.
That Japan has never
won any men's title.
Yeah, any men's title. I thought it was only men's doubles.
No, I couldn't find a men's singles winner or a mixed doubles winner.
Yeah, that's amazing. Such a good nation.
Yeah. But also astonishing to me is the fact that it's 11 years since the last Indonesian winners of the All England. Chandra Wijaya and Sigit Budiarto back in 2003.
Is that 11 years ago?
Yeah. And we think of one great Indonesian men's doubles player after another.
Yeah.
7-5.
Oh, good flick serve.
Quick. supposed to get away with that. Oh, the Indonesians are really playing well now. Total control in this rally as well. Finding the gap the whole time, adding on the pressure, and makes it a really easy finish.
8-5.
Somebody's saying look for that one there on the head. Oh, the Japanese pair have to be awfully careful here.
Yeah, they've got to reinvent themselves now.
Yeah.
Second over. 6-9.
Yeah, stepped into that defensive shot. That was much better.
It was. Closing the gap.
There's your quick man again, Morton.
Yeah.
8-9.
Don't do that.
Bounced off the top of the tape and went over.
10-8.
Great defensive play from the Japanese pair. Work rate throw from Mohammed Hassan at the back of the court.
Yeah, and then getting caught, and then just an easy finish at the net after all that hard work.
He's disappointed. That was a golden opportunity for Hiroyuki Endo. And the Indonesians go to the mid-game interval with a 2-point advantage. Always very expressive.
Been around for many years.
Yes. The difference he has made since he's been coaching in Japan.
Yeah, he's been lifting not just a few players, but a whole system.
Yeah.
(11-9). Play.
Is there anything different that the Japanese pair should be doing, Morton?
No, I think they managed to save the situation, and now it's only 1 point adrift. And you know, stick to what they've done so far now. I would do that, but had they been 11-5 down, they had to do something differently.
Yeah. Characteristic error from Mohammad Hassan. On the back level.
But there's no doubt that the Japanese pair is a little bit more prepared to defend and then counter-attack when opportunities arises. That's where the Indonesians are just incredible.
12-11.
Yeah, it's amazing. This man hardly seems to move, but he's always in the right place at the right time.
He is. Quick racket. Back level, 12-all.
12-all.
The Indonesians here are almost saving the situation, even though it was pretty desperate.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was the wrong choice of shot code for Mendo.
Yeah, he's got to lift it.
Yeah, trying to be a little too cute.
For too low position to do anything. Really working well. Asan really working well. And he gives 100% in every single one of those matches.
14-13. Service over. 14-all.
Oh, good serve. Oh,
Service over.
an excellent return too.
15-14.
This just skims the net. In fact, there was a net caught on the reply.
Service over.
Point for point.
15-all.
So we had a crack of the women's doubles, and now we're having a crack of the men's doubles.
Yeah.
It's nice when it happens on these final days.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does fizzle out. Oquendo, but didn't manage to get all the way on top of the tape. Well read. And that's what I like about, I wouldn't say this new Japanese double, but what I like about this double pair is that they seem to be more tactical, aware and astute.
Yeah, you think in the past maybe it was all fast and
furious.
Yeah, I agree.
And here they have a better eye for it, and that's what I enjoy a lot.
Better variation, better thinking.
Yeah.
16 all.
That interception there is really good.
Service over. 17-16.
That was a chance to take.
17.
Really trying to force his way through, and this one, that one is coming there. That's a very, very risky shot when you have Setiawan standing there.
Look at the jumps here from Mohammed Hassan. 1, 2, 3. Proving that he too can play from the net, and the Indonesians just 2 points away from the title.
19-17. Play.
Well, he was outstanding in the World Championship final, was Mohammed Hassan, and he's kept his intensity. The last few rallies he's been outstanding again, and he and his partner now on the verge of victory. 3 match point opportunities.
Here it comes.
Oh, it's got good. There's a challenge. There's a challenge on match point.
They have to challenge it.
It was called good. I thought it was long. Ooh.
It's in. It's in. According to what we can see here, it clips the line.
Oh, it's out. The judgment is made.
Yes.
And the Japanese pair are given a lifeline. Oh, that's well wide. What on earth was he thinking?
Yeah, the idea is not bad. He was scared that there will be a follow-up. He's got the back to his opponent. He can't really see if they're moving into the net. So he was scared if he was just blocking it straight, that someone will be standing there. So he was going cross. The idea was fine.
2 match points saved. 1 more remains. of All England champions once again. 21-19, 21-19, and for a second consecutive year, it is heartache for Hayakawa and Endo. Well, for Asan-se Wan, he now has achieved all of the big ones as far as badminton is concerned. He adds the All England title to his 2 world titles and his Olympic title from Beijing in 2008. The Indonesian coaches celebrate as well, but let's give thought to the Japanese pair. You need 2 good pairs to make such a good final. 21-19, 21-19, and the Indonesians are champions. This, the final rally, a shame it had to end on an error when it's been such a terrific match. The moment of victory, the celebration for Muhammad Asan. Indonesia have men's doubles champions once again after an 11-year drought.
So let's get a word with our champions Muhammad Asan and Asan-se Wan from Indonesia. Yudo is our translator. How special was that?
Seberapa istimewakah kemenangan tersebut?
Sangat istimewa buat kami. Terima kasih atas dukungan supporter Indonesia. Terima kasih yang nyasin juga di rumah. Terima kasih buat doanya semua.
Very special to us. Thank you very much for the Indonesian supporters. Thank you very much for all the prayers that you have given to us.
How important is it to have such a noisy band of supporters?
Seberapakah pentingnya memiliki dukungan supporter yang berisik?
Ya, kita merasa seperti di rumah sendiri ya, walaupun main di Inggris. Jadi terima kasih banyak.
Thank you very much. We feel very much at home even though we're playing in Great Britain.
Let's hear it for our champions Muhammad Asan and Asan-se Wan. So let's make the presentations then for the men's doubles final here at the Yonex All England Open Badminton Championships. Please welcome Shuichi Yoneyama, Executive Managing Director of Yonex Europe, Diana Troke, member of the Badminton England Board of Directors, and Paul Eric Hoyer, President of the Badminton World Federation.
Our dignitaries
Now
introduced
before we
to the
celebrate with our
fans.
athletes, let's mark the contribution of our officials. Our umpire from Denmark, Jakob Sindberg, and the service judge, Per Acker Andersen of Sweden.
Jakob Sindberg, the umpire for that men's doubles final. And the service judge get mementos. Great honour for our court officials to be chosen to officiate at an All England final. The world number 2s, Kenichi Hayakawa and Hiroyuki Endo. For a second consecutive year, they have to settle for second best.
Shuichi Yoneyama presenting the runners-up medals. and of course the MetLife Snoopy mascots. Let's hear it for our runners-up, Hiroyuki Endo and Kenichi Hayakawa of Japan. And now let's hear it for our winners from Indonesia, Muhammad Hasan and Hendra Setiawan.
The world champions are now the All England champions, Muhammad Hasan and Hendra
Receiving
Setiawan.
their medals from Diana Troke.
A 7th career title for the Indonesians. And a precious first All-England title for the man, Setiawan, who has won so much in the world of badminton.
To our winners. And finally, receiving the coveted trophy from Paul Erik Hoyer. The Yonex All England Open Men's Doubles Badminton Champions. Let's hear it for Muhammad Hasan and Hendra Setiawan. Shots of the athletes, and please, ladies and gentlemen, celebrate with our champions on their lap of honour.
So both pairs take their lap of honour at the NIA.
Not in many sports you see the crowds getting this close to the stars.
Just to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Robinson, one of Badminton England's star performers, signing autographs at the EVA Badminton stand in the concourse right now. If you fancy getting Nathan Robinson's signature added to your autograph collection, he's at the EVA Badminton stand in the main concourse right now.
Indonesia
Smith, and the team of officials.